Hey guys, it's Seven, and in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys a story. In my last video, I made a Q&A, and basically, someone asked me if I've ever been in a physical fight, and I answered with yes. A lot of you wanted to know the story. You guys were like DMing me on Twitter, everything. You guys were like, let's hear this physical fight story. So, yeah, in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys about that story and what it has done to my life. So when I was about 9 or 10 years old, I had a friend who was really into Nerf guns and like Star Wars and all those different kind of things. He was kind of nerd at the time, and he really was just into that kind of stuff. Like, he had like all the Nerf guns, he had lots of like lightsabers and everything like that. So he was really like stacked on like the fake weapons and stuff. And then I had a other friend. She was a girl, and she was just as much into this kind of stuff as he was. So one day I decided I wanted to hang out with So one day I hung out with this boy, and I don't want to say their names because I don't want to be rude, but I wanted to hang out with them, and we decided to have a battle. Basically, every single person had like a different Nerf gun, a different sword. We all went around like against each other, and basically he had this house next to a garage, so you can like run between the garage and the house, and we just ran around. This fight turned to very subtle and not violent to very unsettled and violent. We took this battle very seriously. We ended up like throwing sticks at each other, and after a while we finally got over it. We're like, okay, it's just a fight. So a couple days after, I decided to hang out with the girl. This actually kind of builds up to what I was talking about. This girl and I decided to build this fort next to this forest next to her house. And basically we built this fort, and it had like everything. It had like one of those like cage things where if you pull it down, like the bucket comes down, you can put stuff in it and you pull it back up, and so that stuff can sit in there. And we just made it. We did all our heart on it. Her grandfather made like a mat for us, so like if we wanted to go in it, we had a mat and we just walked forward into it. It was like all like together. It was all put together. It was like living in a house. So after a long time, we ended up having another battle, and let me tell you, that was bad. This leads up to this battle. We had another battle, which ended up making her very angry at me. At the time, we made the fort before it, and what had happened is she told me I was not allowed to go back to the fort, and I could not step on her property. I, of course, respected that. One day I was on my scooter, and I was going up the street, and I saw her and the boy in the fort together, just like setting it all up, building it a bit more, adding sticks to it, and I just wanted to watch. I was nowhere near their lawn. I was in the road. I was just kind of like sitting there and just mesmerized by everything. Then I decided, being the stupid 9 or 10-year-old I was, to walk up to them. That was a bad idea. She ended up yelling at me. When she noticed that I was actually standing on the placemat, she yelled at me. So I was like, okay, obviously I'm not welcome here. I should probably leave. I turned my back for a second, and all I hear is silence for like a split 2 seconds, and then I hear screaming. I hear the screaming closer to me, and I turn my head, and she's running full blast at me. She's running as fast as she can to me. And I'm just kind of confused. I'm standing there looking back at her, wondering what she's going to do. This girl jumps on my back and ends up crushing me. Like, she just like jumped on me to the point where it's like one of those forceful jumps where like you have to fall because it's kind of impossible not to fall. Because she hit me in the back, which pushed me forward into the ground. And then we started fighting much more, and the guy didn't do anything. He kind of just stood there like this. Oh, hey, Jane. Yeah, what's up? I'm not doing anything. Hold on. Kick her in the face! Yeah, what were you saying? This boy was legitimately telling us to fight each other. So basically we got in our stances, you know, the like super hero stances where you're just like, I'm ready for this. We just ended up just like literally hitting each other. Like that's literally all we did. We just literally just pushed each other. We punched each other. Like it wasn't even that hard. Like we literally were like, okay. In our mindset, we were still thinking we were friends. So of course we weren't gonna punch each other that hard. So we didn't punch each other that hard, which ended up making us drive away from each other. On my way from getting home, my actual friend named Brendan, which is actually Brandon, his grandparents got home right when I was about to leave, and my sweatshirt got curled up in the scooter tire, like the scooter wheel, and I ended up falling over, and when they got out of the car, they completely were like, oh my god, this is awful, what happened? And they like just saw me crying because I was like in a fight, and then I fell, and there was scratches all over me. It was awful, but like, they like helped me. They're like, okay, we'll walk you home, let's go. So they walked me home with the scooter in their hand because they didn't want me riding it. And then I got home, and after a couple of weeks, we finally were talking again. And we are friends. To this day, we are still friends. It's one of those friendships where basically you guys don't talk much because you guys have grown apart a lot. Because we were really good friends. She was one of the first people I met when I moved to Massachusetts. And she was like one of the first people, and it's one of those things where when you grow up, you aren't really friends. Because she was much older than me. She's like 3 or 2 years older than me. And it's just one of those things where when you have a young friend, you don't really want to be friends with an older friend because you don't really fit in. But yeah, we talk sometimes. We aren't always hanging out all the time. So yeah, we're cool now. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, give this video a thumbs up. To give me even more support, hit that subscribe button right there. It really helps me out a lot. Don't only click the like button if you enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you want more storytime videos from me, because I enjoy making these so much. So yeah, I love you all so much. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye guys.